Okay, in this video, we're going to be, identifying special quadrilaterals based on limited information. And then we're going to start finding areas, and we're going to use find areas of a lot of different shapes. You can see next section we're going to be finding areas of those as well. Or later, not even next section, but in later videos we're going to find areas of these shapes as well. We'll start with 6.6 and 6.7. So first 6.6 is, we're just going to look at this briefly. Summarizing properties of quadrilaterals. This is the chart that you need to basically be familiar with. You realize that these are all types of quadrilaterals: kite, parallelogram, trapezoid. And then these are all types of parallelograms. And these are all types of isosceles trapezoid is a type of trapezoid. A kite is neither of these. And knowing all this, we can say, okay, well, which one has at least one pair of opposite sides congruent? Well, trapezoids have opposite sides parallel, not necessarily congruent, although an isosceles trapezoid has opposite sides congruent. So an isosceles trapezoid meets that. All parallelograms have opposite sides congruent, and these are all parallelograms. So this chapter, knowing this about all we know about quadrilaterals, special quadrilaterals, we remember, okay, the fact that these base angles are congruent means these opposite sides are congruent, right? Base angles, when you have two pairs of angles matching each other like this was an isosceles trapezoid. That's what that tells me. So if you don't know why, go look at isosceles trapezoids some more in section 6.5. Now, I think that's about enough on 6.6, so we'll move on to section 6.7 and start talking about area. So you need to know about area. Well, first of all, the area of a square is s squared, side squared. If two polygons are congruent, then they have the same area. That makes sense. If you have, sometimes you're going to have an area of a weird shape, but it's two normal shapes added together. So the area of some weird region can be found by adding the non-weird regions that make it up, and we'll have some problems like that. Okay, the area of a rectangle is base times height. The area of a parallelogram is also base times height, but notice that the height is not the slant height, it's the perpendicular height. Similarly, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, but again, the height is not the slant, it's the perpendicular height, the altitude of the triangle. Okay, and then we'll look more at these areas later, but we have formulas for the area of a trapezoid, the area of a kite, and the area of a rhombus. Well, maybe we better look at that right away. All right, so a trapezoid is itself, well, let me talk to you a little bit more depth about a trapezoid. So here I made a trapezoid, and I was like, well, I don't know how to find out the area, but let's say I made the top, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the bottom 4. Okay, so it's 4 on top and 7 on top and 4 on the bottom. Now I can easily make that same trapezoid again, but I'm going to make this one 4 on top and 7 on the bottom. And what's going to happen is if I put those two together, they make a parallelogram that's 4 plus 7 on top and 4 plus 7 on the bottom. You can see the opposite sides of the parallelogram are parallel, and both 11, and these sides are parallel too. So the overall area of this shape I made that is double the trapezoid is base plus base times height, which is 11 times 3 is 33. So the area of this shape is 33, but to find the area of one of the trapezoids, I have to take that 33 and divide by 2. So the area of the trapezoid here is going to be 16.5 because it's way we do it is we calculate base plus base times height divided by 2. And that's what this formula says here. Base plus base times height divided by 2, or times 1/2, same thing. The area of a kite is half the product of the length of its diagonals. Okay, we'll go into that later. Here's a trapezoid. What's its area? Base plus base. Pause me if you want to figure this out for yourself, by all means. Base plus base, well, that looks like it's base on top is 3, and base on the bottom is 7. Okay, that times height. Height looks to be 4, vertical height. 4 times this. So 4, and that gives me double the area, then I'd have to divide by 2. All right, these cancel, or this reduces to 2 on top, 1 on the bottom. So I get 2 times 10, or 20. So my area here is 20. And the steps I skipped, it would be 2 times 10 over 1, which is 20 over 1, or 20. All right. Sometimes you gotta, like I said, you got weird things and you gotta put them together. We want to find the area of the roof, which is G, H, K are trapezoids. All right, so I guess this whole thing is part of the roof. So H is part of it, G is part of it, K is part of it, and J is part of it. And the hidden back and left sides of the roof are the same as the front right. So whatever in other words, we got to double our final answer for this. So we want to find the area of G, H, and K. So we've got to do it one at a time. And J. G, H, K, and J. We got to go one at a time. All right, so we'll start with G. Can I clear? So G's base is 30, and its base on top is 20. So remember, we're going to go 30 plus 20. Base plus base times height. Vertical height of this of G is 15, looks like. And take all that, and then we'll divide. I would normally divide by 2. Well, I guess I just will. I'm going to divide by 2. So I'm going to get 15 times 50 over 2. That's 750 over 2. And that's 375. All right, so that's G. Now, H is another trapezoid, and it has a base of 50 and 42, so it's 50 plus 42 times the height is also 15, all divided by 2, so it's 15 times 92 over 2. 92 times 15, pop that in the calculator, and we get 1380 over 2, or 690. So this one's 690. All right, how about K? Well, K has a base of 42 and a base of 30, and its height is different, so we got to watch for that. So we got 42 plus 30, and the height appears to be, for K, appears to be 12 over 2. 12 times 72 over 2. 72 times 12, put that in the calculator, and you get 864 over 2. Divide, and you get 432. All right, and then I got one more thing to do. It's a triangle. So I got it's base times height over 2 for a triangle. Base times height over 2. The base appears to be 20, height appears to be 9. So I'm going to have 20 times 9 over 2. That's 180 over 2. That's 90. All right, so I got 4 areas. I got 690, 375, 432, and 90. Add them all together. We got 7 here, 9 plus 7, 16, 19, 28. Carry the 2, 8, 11, 15, 87. And then remember we got to, that's these 4 things, and we got the back left of the roof is the same, so we have to multiply by 2, and that gets us, carry the 1, 7, 16 plus 1 is 17, carry the 1 again, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry the 1 again, and we got 2. I feel like I messed up. 14, carry the 1, 16, 17, carry the 1, 10, 11, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 3174. 3174. We have units, feet squared, square feet. And double checking with the book, see if I got it, see if we got that correct. And it appears that we did. Yep. So that's finding area. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.